Pack everything. We're not stopping here. None of us are stopping here.
It's a bit of a morbid place, though, isn't it? I'm just worried we've done the right thing coming here.
Yeah, more trouble. Will it ever end? I'm beginning to think your man was right when she said this house is bloody cursed.
We'll be fine here, you'll see. Just you, me, and our Rachel. Starting again.
Don't say you bought that house, Jimmy.
I've heard they sell graveyards for £1, never mind thousands.
Yeah, but the Corkills owned it before all that happened. Love, it's our house by rights. It's our heritage.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, Gavin?
We want to talk to you about this shed of yours.
You want to talk about your shed?
Well, I mean, it's not really a shed, is it, exactly? It's more a sort of thrown-up erection.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, come on, it's obvious. It's an eyesore.
It gives you the right to criticise my do-it-yourself.
I remember first seeing Gavin and thinking, what a jerk.
Hooked on Brookside. I remember I watched the very first episode. It was back in 1982, wasn't it?
I will never forget that night, so I remember exactly who I was with. It's sort of like what we were doing when Kennedy died.
It was that sort of feeling where I thought, what a jerk, but what a riveting jerk. You know, I really want to see what happens to him, because everything about Gavin was so objectionable.
It'll all be cable television by the time you get it up. Not to mention what it does to the house values.
House values? What do you think that monstrosity's doing?
When did you last screw your missus?
It was only when I came to London that I really got hooked. I think that's probably because I needed my Liverpool fix.
It was very, very real, and some of them, you couldn't understand a word they were saying because their accents were so thick, you know, and I was just thrilled.
What's the matter, Gavin? You frightened they'll find something wrong with you?
There's nothing wrong with me. I think there's always been kids in our family.
I was really paranoid that I might pick up a Cockney accent, so if I didn't go back home, I'd watch Brookside to just make sure I remembered my roots, you know.
You, collect those things out there, do you?
Why, got any swaps?
I trust they're not hot.
I think the first storyline that I was gripped by, or should I say irritated by, was Gavin's business of selling reconditioned cookers.
Friggin' hell, must be a mad chef or something gonna live here. Reckon to work, any? Nah, wouldn't be left here if he was.
He had that sort of winning combination of being both a flash git. He had a sort of rather smart BMW.
You Gav or Pet?
Depends whether I'm driving or not.
So he was a flash git, but he was also terribly unsuccessful as well. And that was the bittersweet quality.
And where were you up until now, anyway?
I told you I was with Frank and Sammy. A bit of business, okay?
What business? Be a tasting.
Oh, sometimes I can throttle you!
Last you'd see me if you did.
And sometimes I think that might not be a bad idea.
Well, if you feel that way, why don't you just go?
Do I think number 10's an unlucky place? I can't believe you're even asking me that question.
I mean, the characters that had been in there before the Corkills, they didn't have much luck at all. I mean, the first guy died.
Gav.
There's obviously some sort of a curse on that house. I mean, even for a soap, where they've got to have, you know, the right head count, haven't they? Every 5 years or so, you've got to have lost at least 2 or 3 from that house.
Gavin! Gavin!
By the time Gavin popped his clogs, I think he'd become so objectionable. I felt that I lived in the place, and I would do anything to get rid of him.
He didn't want to move here in the first place. He said it was too stuck up. You know, toffee-nosed. Not that everyone is, but they just seem like it, don't they?
Number 10 had been set up as the locus of all horrible things in the place. One was wondering, who could they come up with? Who could be worse than Gavin?
All right, all right. And stay out the fridge, you two. Well?
It's awful.
How do you mean?
The house hasn't been lived in for months and it's in a hell of a state.
Well, that's it. We'll have to stay here. What? It's only for 2 or 3 months. Oh, God save us.
The Jacksons were a bad lot. They were a very unlucky family.
I'm sorry to tell you that we've discovered the body of a young woman. And this time we have very firm evidence to suggest that it might be your sister, Petra Taylor.
We therefore commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Start packing.
Eh?
And you, Michelle. Pack everything.
What do you want us to do, Marie?
We're not stopping here. None of us are stopping here. We're going home.
I liked George enormously. I suppose as he developed, it was necessary to find a character that would somehow fit with Marie.
Oh, very nice. Have you been at my milk?
You what?
Every other day I come out here, there's a bottle missing and you're prowling about.
Who was obviously, as you know, very, very feisty, very strong, feisty woman.
I loved the bones of her. If she's with that Barry Grant, that's me finished with her.
Don't think she is.
Well, where is she then?
I love that salt of the earth, full of pride, you know, pride in oneself and one's family.
I don't mind if we have turkey, capons, pork or beans on toast. I'd just like to read the paper in peace.
I'm going to let that pass because of your nose.
I remember I turned up and I had to drive a car in the very first episode. And I thought, oh, well, I better learn how to drive first of all. So, because I said at the interview, yeah, of course I can drive. We went through it for the camera, and I did it perfectly. I was absolutely brilliant. When I say brilliant, I mean in terms of driving, the acting, forget it. You know, I was too worried about the driving. So the director said, OK, that was great. And he says to me, Cliff, can you just reverse back round the corner and we'll go for it? And I hadn't done reversing. I'd only done going forwards.
The scene which for me is the most memorable and has been one of the greatest scenes I think in any soap ever was the row between Marie Jackson and Sheila Grant.
You know, you're all saying she's looking for a fight. Well, it works two ways, and I'm not going to let you fight with me because you missed your chance of having a fight with her.
These two very, very formidable women, although Sheila Grant was much gentler and much more ladylike than Marie Jackson. But when it came to me threatening her boy, you know, that was it.
Let go of my arm, will you? You know, you've got a problem, Marie. Up there in your head, a problem.
Missed my chance, have I? Well, here it is now. And it was always a thing about Barry and Marie, and Barry doing some repairs in the house which were dangerous.
I'll see you again, Barry. No doubt.
Yeah, see you, Marie. Don't forget your broom. First memory of number 10 is probably doing the arch. They had to, Terry and Barry had to redesign the arch in the house.
It'll look lovely when it's finished. Exactly what Anne-Marie said. It'll look lovely when we get round to finishing it. What do you mean, we? I can't tell a nail from a screw.
I don't know the difference between, you know, a spanner and a hammer, really, you know, and Barry's supposed to be very good with his hands, and, you know, he did all this thing, you know, and it was more or less telling Terry what to do, you know. Just tell him to use the Stanley knife, it should be all right.
Who?
The decorators.
What decorators?
Any decorators?
I haven't got any. I thought you said you'd finish it off.
I have.
But what about the papering? An nail in there?
Well, you didn't expect me to...
Well, you said you could turn your hand.
Anyway, it just all got totally out of hand, and she came over one day playing hell. He went after her, and I saw her whop him one, so I was out like, brrr. And we had a great scrap.
She can't control herself. Just look at her.
You won't be happy until you involved everybody in this close, will you?
I didn't start it.
Well, be sure of one thing, love. I am well able to finish it. And I'll tell you one thing. When your Petra went missing and the police were searching for her, they should have dug up your back garden.
Sheila.
Because you and your lot weren't 2 minutes moving in here and taking over like the vultures you are.
You bitch!
Come on.
Just let me go! Let me at her! Let go of me! Leave me alone! Let go of me! I'm never going to speak to you!
And we were quite daggers drawn for a long time, Anna and I, and that hostility started with that and continued.
In a long-running series, you have to have conflict. It just seems to happen a lot in that particular house.
Oh, it's here. This close. I've got to hate her.
Well, brought us nothing but trouble. We were never made welcome, were we?
No.
We should have stopped on our old estate. Oh, it's this close. It's a bloody jinx.
John McCardle and Kate Fitzgerald were after us. And then, of course, their great saga of conflict.
More trouble. Will it ever end? I'm beginning to think your man was right when she said this house is bloody cursed.
You know, you sort of thought, now, who have we had living in this house? Well, we've had Gavin. You know, then we've had George and Marie. How low can you go? And the sort of human equivalent of the Black Death arrive in the person of the Corkhill family. And they reminded me of a comedy skit about the worst family in the world.
You see that back there?
The funeral.
It came from here. What a welcome.
It was like a big gift for Doe, really, this house. You know, that's what she wanted, and he was taking them to this new life.
It's a bit of a morbid place, though, isn't it?
What?
I mean, this close. A girl shot, a funeral the day we come, and she said she was selling for personal reasons.
They described her as being somebody that they wanted to be seen to be trying to get above her station.
Billy!
The root of Billy's misery, one saw, was the fact that Doe was impossible to live with.
Somebody who had come up from a council estate and was more than happy to do so, and thought that arriving at Brookside Close was just the ends of the earth.
I think it's better by the window, don't you?
Gonna be decorating this week.
You haven't started yet. Nor have I. Just wait till you see what I can do with this place.
She was a real fantasist. She was always spending far too much money. And, of course, a lot of her problem had to do with her dreadful mother.
I remember looking through the window. My very first words were, surprise.
Surprise, eh?
Hiya, Mum.
Hello, Reedy, love. Morning, Billy.
Hi, Julia. You're out early, aren't you?
Well, it's better than sitting in counting the spots on my living room wallpaper. Oh, hey, Billy. You've done my Reenie really proud moving here.
I don't think Billy liked her around any time. You know, she was always there nosing and getting in the way and causing trouble and everything.
You won't go far wrong moving here. Mark my words. Ralph Hardwick was gardening, and I went up to him and said that my daughter just moved in across the road. Her name's Doreen, but I call her Reenie.
Oh.
Julia Brogan, the name is, but you can call me Julia.
Oh, Ralph Hardwick. Pleased to meet you, Julia.
Likewise, Ralph.
Well, sometimes she caused quite a lot of drama as well, because she never thought Billy was good enough for Doreen, and that annoyed me. And, you know, sometimes I didn't want her talking about his past, as I remember it, and used to get annoyed with her over that.
Well, you see, Billy and Jimmy...
Who's Jimmy?
That's Billy's younger brother.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, they both swore to revenge their Frankie's death, but they never have. Oh, we've had our troubles over the years.
That's all right as far as it goes, like, but what about Doreen?
Well, what about her?
Well, she'll know it's knock off the second she sets eyes on you.
Oh, I'm on my way.
Don't tell me, your timing's always appalling. Coach! Coach!
Billy!
I think Billy was like Jimmy when he was sort of younger and everything, got more responsible once he got married and had kids. So he understood him well enough, but sort of despaired of him and said, oh, God, what's he up to now?
Have you worked out what you're doing with them bricks yet?
Knock off! Jesus Christ!
All right, kid. How's the architect?
Oh, no, Could have guessed it, couldn't I, you crooked little get?
Jimmy Corkill. Pleased to meet you. My big brother's too big ignorant.
Off the back of a bloody lorry! I grew to like him the more I played him. Now I look at Billy and I think he's a bit like Homer Simpson, really, Billy. He's a sort of... his politics were his family. He didn't have any other politics. All he cared about was his wife and his kids, and that was it.
I remember a lot of loving moments there as well. I don't remember it. There's this huge tinderbox all the time.
What?
I am sorry I didn't go to bed with him. I'm sorry I ever told you anything about it. I should have kept on seeing him and taken his money. I should have kept on seeing him.
Billy's more volatile than me. I'm quite placid, you know, sort of quiet sort of person. But it was great to play someone like Billy who could get, you know, really get charged up sometimes.
Billy, what are you doing?
Have you seen this lot? It's not on, you know. What's the day? Bin day? Eh?
They've left all the rubbish on the end of my garden. Surprised they didn't all drive over the grass. Everyone else does, don't they?
Billy, the dustbin men are coming tomorrow. That's my jumble.
You're joking, aren't you?
Someone had dug a hole in the road in the close, so some bright spark, I forget who it was, drove over the Corkhills lawn.
Billy gets to the end of his tether and churns up the close in the car.
Billy suddenly got it into his mind that this was confirming the Corkhill status as the pariahs of the close.
Come on! I'm only a dolly! Drive over me lawn! Come on, drive over me bloody lawn! Doesn't matter, I'm only a dolite!
You just really kind of felt for him because he came from such a horrendous family, so dysfunctional, yet he seemed to just hang on in there as long as he could with some kind of sense of moral about him.
There's nobody who's escaped the number 10 syndrome. Nobody.
Masks on? Come on. So when I go, you go. Right, come on. Nice. Fast, boom. Go!
Don't hurt me! What are you doing?
Shane, drag him! Car! Drag him! What are you going to do? No! Bring it in and I'm going to match! Take it out! Go! Face!
Please let me out.
Billy did get out of his depth when he joined that sort of supermarket robbery, because he didn't realise the consequences or what was going to happen, the violence and everything.
They said there'd be no violence.
It was a robbery?
I know, but they said there'd be no violence.
What did you expect, Billy? They just hand the money over. There you go, lad.
I don't know what I expected. I did it for you and the kids. I did it for you and the kids!
I didn't think that I was playing a character who would ever walk out on her husband and children. But I think that was what it came down to, was that she was basically saying, my love for you is so great that if this is what all these financial troubles are doing to us, then you will be better off without me. If you're telling me that you are doing this for me, then I'm going to have to go.
Don't ever say that again, because it'll crucify me, Billy. I'll be broken-hearted enough as it is, so don't start heaping blame on me as well. Now, will you let me go?
Never talked about blame. I never said you had a millstone round my neck. I love you, that's all. I love you. I just want to give you everything you've ever wanted.
You
And now
don't
you're
know
leaving
me, Billy, because all I've ever wanted is you and the kids and my own peace of mind. Now I'm going.
You're not.
He would do anything for Doreen. In fact, I got the scripts once, and it was after she'd left, and they were saying some bad things about her, and I said, I can't say these lines, because he worshipped her, you know, and loved her more than anything. And it broke his heart when she left.
No! 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 Don't go!
I wasn't surprised when Billy and Doe began cracking up. I was not totally expecting Billy to fall for Sheila.
What's been going on?
He was snoring when we came in, so Kathy just...
What are you looking at?
Sheila and Doreen had never had much to do with each other in the close before.
She's a bit snobby, old Sheila, you know. She sort of didn't like them from the beginning, and not many people did on the close, really.
If you've got a problem with your wife, don't blame me, all right?
No, you've got the problem
stop
with
your
your
poking,
wife,
will you?
haven't you?
What are you
Pack
going
it
to
in,
say?
you.
Get off!
Hey, pack it in, will you? I warned you for last warning, right? Look, man wants a word with you. What are you doing over here? I'm fixing the door, aren't I? What?
So there was always animosity between number 10 and number 5. No! The only person who's managed to survive, I think, is Sinbad, who seems to have had relationships, very happy relationships with everybody in that household, and still is.
This house has always been, has always had a lot of fond memories for me, you know. And with it being a real house, it does have an atmosphere of its own.
The best set in the world, without a doubt. I mean, brilliant idea. You'd turn up for work, you'd walk onto the close, and that was it. You were on set.
And it did feel like it became your house. It was like, this is my house. And always the sound operators used to knock the ornaments off and break them.
So everything that surrounded you, in a sense, belonged to you.
It's very nice of you to let me deliver presents to my own family.
I couldn't stop you, could I?
But you wish you could.
There was enormous dramatic tension when Sheila finally did move in to number 10.
What are you doing here?
Billy, have you asked her to do the Christmas shopping?
Yeah, so what?
Then you're dafter than you look, Billy Corky. Can't you see her game? Her old fella slings his hook so she looks across the road for another mug.
Well, I can remember feeling very odd, because there's always a thing about, I think it's like how we all in normal life feel secure in our own houses.
We had a few fights. I said to her, Irene, who's coming back here? So I said, you hussy. And she threw me out. I was the one that got thrown out the door.
You didn't deserve Irene.
Yeah, well, I'm well rid now, aren't I?
Oh, now you've got someone else installed, you mean? Someone who'll get her hooks in, bit by bit.
Look, you leave Sheila out of this, all right? She's a guest here, that's all. Now go on, get out, and don't come back till you can treat people properly, all right?
I think the first thing that really hooked me was the Billy and Sheila storyline, or the Billy, Sheila, Doreen storyline, I should say.
Talk about a little bit of sex and people go, wee!
It is incredibly plausible in that there was Sheila, a slightly older woman, but something just a little bit sort of sexy and warm about her. Falling for someone like Billy, there's this really good Catholic woman.
I couldn't put Billy and Sheila together because they're both on, you know, different wavelengths. They're sort of the rogue who's like crossed picket lines and everything, and you've got Sheila who's socially aware and, you know, educated.
As opposed to Doreen, who's sort of wild girl about town, short skirt, bouffon hair.
And I always used to worry about the fact that I was older. Sheila was older than Billy. I thought people would be saying, oh, for, you know, God, it's unbelievable. I really thought people would find it unbelievable.
It's all up here, isn't it? Telling you not to. What does it say here?
The greatest love story of all time, that. I mean, that whole will she, won't she? Do you remember the agonies we all went through?
I think it worked. I think it was okay. People accepted it, and they really wanted it to happen.
It's simple, isn't it?
Oh, who doesn't enjoy a scandal, especially a Brookie scandal? Because it goes on and on and on without feeling like it's going on and on and on. Just as you think it's going to get sorted, something else happens.
Sheila's been staying here.
And where do you sleep?
Where do you think she...
I'm asking her, where do you sleep?
With Billy.
And Bob, he's tucked in with Annabelle Collins, is he?
Do you know what my favourite scene was when Barry walked in and found Billy and I in bed. I thought that was a terrific episode. That was wonderful.
They were really great scenes to do because it was actually something that was really relevant and important to Barry and to Sheila. The fact that he'd just found her in bed with someone else and she was supposed to be this staunch Catholic, you know, Catholicism kind of ruled her life. And all of a sudden she'd just been that totally.
Look at me!
I don't want to look at your mother. Is that clear in there with you?
No, she's with your dad.
Got rid of her for the night, did you?
it's like saying that's my mother. You know, I'm a son. Look what she's done. It's like getting yourself upset.
You've just grabbed the nearest man to you, man. That's what you've done. The nearest man to you.
I think that's enough.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't give a monkey's what you think, Billy. Well, you just keep away from here, right?
That's enough.
Because if I catch you looking at it again...
You said enough.
And he never forgave her for that, really. It's sort of, he came back and looked after them a bit and got them away, but he was never happy about her relationship with Billy, and they were never the same again after that.
That's it then. Doesn't seem like 5 years since we moved in here, does it?
8 for me. Let's face it, they're none of them very lucky, are they? Let's not be over the top cruel to poor number 10. It's not, number 5 wasn't exactly wreathed in happiness.
If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. You know? And that's, you know, that was all in number 10. It was, I mean, everybody who's been in there is like, at some crisis or other.
As far as the Corkles generally are concerned, I think it's brought them a lot of bad luck, really.
Yeah, except...
A mixture, maybe.
And don't forget, we brought problems to the house. In fact, Mandy Jordache brought problems to the house. She came to the house with problems.
The Jordache storyline starts off with a squeak.
What the hell was that?
Sounded like it came from that place.
Didn't think anyone was living there.
The Jordache story has started.
There's a gentleman here that you might happen to know.
Trevor.
Hello, love.
Good television, I think, sometimes should make you feel uncomfortable. The whole story, that was a massive storyline there that went on and on and on, and I think really pulled at the heartstrings at points. You'd kind of switch the television off and think, wow, what was that all about?
Fairly early on I was aware that it was a domestic violence storyline and that it was a safe house.
What did you say your name was?
Mandy Jordache.
Oh, he might be a foreigner.
But I had no idea about bodies under patios or leaving an extent. I mean, I heard all this stuff in the makeup department because they seem to know everything before anybody else. And I just, I thought they were taking the mickey, you know. I thought, no, they're not going to have a body in the extension, smelling, going off, wearing it into the patio, very funny, ha-ha. But it was true.
I don't think they told me anything, really. Just did the scene and just thought I was a horrible little teenager. I didn't think it'd be anything what it was. Thought it'd be quite a normal life.
Mum?
It's all right, love.
Get back in your room. Stay in your room, Rach.
You even had to turn the girls against me, didn't you? My Beth, my baby. You had to spread your filthy poison all over her as well.
They just said she was somebody who was moving into the close with her 2 daughters, and there was a husband who wasn't around but would turn up.
And he turns out to be kind of like a child abuser, a violent man. They stab him and they bury him in the patio for 6 months, and as soon as you walked in the door, I knew you were the character.
Trevor, don't.
They couldn't wait to leave, could they? What have you been telling them? He was the accessible, amenable building society manager looking for his family. I wonder if you know where they are.
Oh, hello.
Good afternoon, ladies.
And what can I get for you?
Actually, I'm not here to buy.
Oh, if you're selling, I'm afraid we've got our supplies sorted.
Oh, dear. Do I look like a salesman? No, it's some information I was hoping you might be able to help me with.
When Trevor came back and he said to her, look, trust me, I've changed. I won't lay a finger on you. I was just sitting there, like, screaming at the telly, don't believe him, don't believe him. You could just tell.
I don't think you could describe her as weak-willed, Mandy, for taking her husband back, for example. I think that many, many women in the same situation have taken their husbands back, and they take them back because they love them.
Now, the incest storyline complicated it because her foolishness there was in letting in an abuser of her child. Now, I don't know why she did that, except she was completely just so ground down after all the years of everything anyway, so befuddled, thought she was doing the right thing and just did not have the experience or the equipment to handle it, really. And she loved him still.
My first scene was I had to make a cup of tea for my mum in bed, and I remember having a little crap bob and rosy cheeks and just hiding behind my hair like that, just going, oh no.
Mum's still asleep? Yeah. Shall I take her breakfast up now, let her sleep? No, let's leave it a minute. She doesn't normally sleep this late. I think she's sleeping here because she feels safe here. Do you? I think so, yeah. What about you? Well, yeah.
I think that's my first memory, and then I just remember wearing scruffy old Reebok trainers and my big pink anorak that I used to get loads of stick for, and my Mickey Mouse t-shirt.
I found the responses of Beth and Rachel terribly realistic. And they didn't have to push. They didn't have to push it. Didn't have to over-dramatise. Almost underplayed it at times, which of course then is far more shocking.
Is Mum okay?
She's fine. She's asleep. Ah. I'm cold.
It's weird, really, in a way. It's good because your character's, I suppose, not meant to have dealt with anything, so you are, like, new to it all. But in other ways it's quite difficult because you think, well, you know, am I doing it right, how someone would react in this situation? And
because of the nature of the storyline, I did talk with Debbie a lot, her mum, about the issues and tried to explain things. I mean, she was great because she was very, she just took it all in a, you know, you'd say, no, this is about incest and, you know, it's a bit, and she'd go, right, okay.
I was suddenly kind of, oh, what does that mean? And how come all that's happening? So I think I've grown up quicker, but not that quick.
We became aware of responsibilities, and of course there are responsibilities. There was stuff that we became aware of as it went along. I mean, Sandra Maitland was, you know, she wanted to get it right, and she worked really hard.
I'm sorry, Beth.
For what?
For letting him back in, for, I don't know. I can take the beatings, but I can't bear the thought of you and Rachel suffering again. I did feel a sense of responsibility, and I'm a bit annoyed that I did in a way, because I think I was a bit precious and serious about it at times. But I guess when you go to meetings and you've got, you know, go to women's aid meetings and you've got a lot of women coming up and saying, it's brilliant what you're doing, thank you. And, you know, on a number of occasions, people coming up and saying, actually, watching that storyline made me realise how foolish I was and I left my partner because of that.
The public reaction was phenomenal. I mean, you know, people saying, oh, you know, I mean, constantly coming up in the streets or wherever, everywhere I went, everything I was involved with, I couldn't get away from it.
Sandra said it to me the morning after we did the first beating up scene. She said, did you notice anything strange? And I said, do you mean the fact that all of the women have taken 2 steps back from me? She said, exactly.
What poisonous tales have you been spreading about me this time?
And they did. It was like, oh dear, I wonder if he's really like that.
Where's Rachel?
She's gone to a friend's house. Where's Beth?
Out.
Is she all right? Have you touched her? If you've touched her, I'll...
You'll what? Call the police. That's what Beth said she'd do. Because you've been talking to her, haven't you? Telling her about these little bruises, and these bruises, and these, and these.
If the makers of a soap opera want to raise social and moral issues, they've got to do it in a way that isn't just sort of titillating.
We've got to look at it as though we're putting a beast down.
It won't be that easy. My God, what are we saying? We're talking about killing someone.
I think that those issues have to be dealt with. And if somebody doesn't like it, they've got a remote. They've got a remote control. All they've got to do is press it straight at the TV and turn it off. But I think it's blinkered people that won't deal with it. I think it's up to shows like Brookside to make us face these issues instead of running away from them.
I think for someone like me to understand why Mandy put up with quite so much before she snapped was a little bit, you know, I thought, when is she going to snap? This is a soap, for heaven's sake, she's got to do something soon. But no, it went on and on and on. But that's where it was very accurate, because that is exactly what happens. People do put up with it. They hope that it's going to change, and that's what she had to do.
What are you doing? There's no turning back now. There was a bit of excitement about it, because it was like, oh, this is these are the scenes, these are the episodes that are leading up to, you know, it's like everybody's waiting for this, because it had been pretty, you know, like, let's pull focus on bottles of weed killer and stuff.
You bloody pair of bitches.
And then it kind of occurred to me, I was looking at this knife thinking, it's actually, you know, it's not very strong, and I just thought the force that you'd have to use to push that into someone, and the noise it would make, and the tearing, and she pulled it out again because we couldn't have the knife in the back. So I don't know, went off on this sort of macabre journey of like, ooh.
I was worried about it originally, because when we spoke about it, it was like, oh, it's going to be this, and it's going to go so far, and you are going to be involved, but to what degree, ultimately, we don't know.
I mean, he was the one who went rummaging around in bin bags, wasn't he? Let's be fair. I mean, he was the one that found the knife and kind of pushed it, and he was the one who offered to do the patio after he'd worked out what had gone on.
Oh, what could not be memorable but that body under the patio, and they kept it going. They put us all through torture for months, knowing it was under there, festering away.
All looks sound enough, though, doesn't it? Brian doesn't think it's smelly enough to be the drains. I just hope he's expert enough to find out what's causing it before your mum gets back from town and starts on at me again. Oh, God, what a mess.
You think, how did Mandy Jordache last that amount of time without having a complete nervous breakdown? We were really having a nervous breakdown watching how she didn't have a nervous breakdown, knowing what was out there. I've no idea.
There was one point that sticks out in my mind so much, because it was, I think, what would have been very real had you been in that situation, was Beth and Sinbad digging up the body.
We were in all day, and we were waiting for night so we could shoot it, and of course it was summer, so it didn't go dark until about 10 o'clock. It was as theatrical an experience as could be, really, because I couldn't see anybody, and I felt like alone, and you know, and all that mood was there, and then so when you find the body, you're thinking to yourself, this is it, you know, this is what it's all been about the last few months.
Sinbad, I think, has always been seen, or was always seen, as bit of a joke, you know, the kind of cheeky chappy window cleaner, that nobody took that seriously. He was just there he just dipped in and out little storylines, and this was a really big deal for him, a big deal for anyone, let's be honest. Who's going to dig up a body? And life will never be the same again, and it definitely changed him.
Nothing you could do to him now he's dead could be as awful as what he did to us when he was alive.
Oh, come on. I know he knocked your mum about.
Knocked her about. He terrorised her.
I found it really hard to shake that off. When I went home that night, it was about 12 o'clock, and I couldn't sleep.
If you've been crying all day, and you've been in sort of like, ooh, all day, it's hard to shake that off.
So we used to describe days like that as 3 bottles days, because we'd go to the Italian restaurant and do away with 3 bottles of wine on that night. You know, it was like, ah, yes.
Come on, pull it up.
Ah! Well, it looks like it won't be too long before we find out who it is then, eh?
the first count, that of murder, do you find the defendant, Amanda Jordache, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. You can't do that.
Sit down,
Are you
sir.
not deaf or something? Didn't you hear what she went through?
Quiet, sir,
You should be
please.
paying her compensation, not locking her up. Is this what you call justice?
Take the prisoner down.
We did record 2 endings, but Anna and I always thought we knew which ending was going to be used. I have to say my heart wasn't in those episodes as much as the other ones, so it would have been a bit of a tragedy if they'd been shown, really.
Don't say you've bought that house, Jimmy.
Yeah. Love, it's got to be worth what? 60,000, maybe more. That's a saving of what? 20,000?
Yes, well, you've been robbed. I've heard they sell graveyards for £1, never mind thousands.
What are you on about, graveyards?
I told you before, there is no way I am ever living in a house where a body lay for months and God knows what else went on.
In an ongoing soap, you don't know where it's going, so you're living with something, some character that you've created all the time.
You have to be on the ball all the time because the edges between you and the character can sometimes get blurred.
I would perhaps in normal life just do something like go, oh, I think, oh my God, I just sighed, that's Mandy. Or if I felt upset, it would be like, oh no, that's Mandy.
There was an audition for a pop singer, Mike Dixon's band. So my agent rang me and she said to me, she said, there's a job that might be suitable for you for a singer. She said, I know you can't make it. She said, but if you come in tomorrow, she said, there's an audition for Jimmy Corkill's daughter. She said, you're not right for it. They want a 19-year-old scallywag, roughy-tufty. Hello, Dad.
I'm sure Lindsay is like a million other girls. She's managed to get herself pregnant and have a failed marriage behind her and is desperately seeking love and an escape, perhaps stardom. That's where it is!
Yes! Another cracking performance from Lindsay Stanlow. Yes, come on, Lindsay Stanlow!
You know, there are some definite differences. Claire isn't married with a baby. Claire hasn't been locked up in Thailand for drugs, you know. Claire's just been on the cruises and different bits of theatre.
Your character is a completely separate
Well, of course.
identity.
Get off,
Oh, you cow! That cost me 20 quid! 20 quid! You were robbed, love! I've got better quality dusters!
I love Jackie Corkill. Every word Jackie says sounds right, sounds perfect for her. You don't imagine there being a script or anything. It's from the heart.
Jimmy, a man was murdered in there.
Yeah, but the Corkills owned it before all that happened. Love, it's our house by rights. It's our heritage.
It was your brother's house. The longest you ever lived there was with your fancy woman after you dumped me. Do you really expect me to move into a house with that much history, Jimmy?
Okay, my sweet. Go.
Oh,
Jackie probably suits life better as the grieved woman, as the, you know, when all hell's breaking loose. All the whole storyline with Jimmy being a druggie and then a dealer. I think, God, that woman went to hell and back, and she still took him back. That's love.
It's my life, Jackie. Smack. I'm into it. I'm living for the stuff. I'm a junkie. This is what junkies do. You're married to one.
I used to get very low when I was in the middle of the drug abuse storyline because I used to come into work and have to sit for nearly an hour and a half in the makeup chair, literally, while they applied and I used to sink lower and lower and lower into this character, the depths and the, you know, where he was at that particular moment.
That was really shocking for me, to see Jimmy lying in a derelict building, you know, with stuff coming out the side of his mouth, looking like he's died.
Help me. I think I'm dying.
I think I'm maybe not the best person to ask because I've led a very happy, kind of frighteningly normal life. I've never experienced drugs. I've never known anyone who's lived the life of a drug addict. And to me, Brookside was the education on drugs. I think it should be shown in every school to kids what can really happen to your life if you get involved in drugs.
Are you James Corkill? Don't say anything, Jimmy. James Corkill, we have a warrant to search your premises. This is your copy of the warrant, Mr. Corkill.
What?
Hey? Sister,
For controlled drugs under the Misuse of Drugs Act 1971.
Drugs!
Hey, you've got it wrong.
Linz, I can explain it.
Don't come anywhere near me. Is that heroin?
Yeah, but I can explain that. No, it's not what you think.
Really, through no fault of Jimmy's, little Jimmy actually was on drugs. Just that awful coincidence. But deep down inside, Jackie kind of blamed herself and him because she felt it was almost genetic, the curse of the Corkills.
I must admit, I always struggled with little Jimmy because I never liked him. He never tried to be a likeable person. He was deeply unattractive as well in the role that he played and the way he looked. So it was hard to feel in a way that he didn't deserve it.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, Jimmy.
Poor old Jackie and Jimmy were left without being able to bury their son for months and months on end. And in the end, they got the okay that they could collect the body and give him a burial. But unfortunately, things didn't go smoothly.
Had a few problems, love.
What problems? Where's our Jimmy?
We haven't got him.
Well, I can see that. Where is he?
He's still down in the mortuary, Jack.
You are?
Sinbad and Jimmy managed to lose the body when Jimmy had nipped into the betting shop.
Hey, this'll send our Jimmy out good style one today.
Jimmy?
What?
The van?
What about it?
It's gone.
Brookie brilliantly turned it round into a laughable situation when the coffin went missing.
Getting to be an habit, this, isn't it?
Don't suppose there's any discount for being a good customer now. Didn't think so.
I have to say, though, when we first saw the script, we thought it was really a bit... I know Michael Stark, who plays Sinbad, and myself, we didn't really like it at all. We thought it was very bad taste.
I mean, I live in the city, and I'm approachable. I don't go anywhere. I didn't go before, and I shop with my wife and my kids, pick them up from school, and you sometimes think, oh, this might be a little bit, the coffin going missing.
Because the danger was it could have gone into high farce. And I remember reading one critic who actually said along the lines of, this episode will have you crying with laughter 1 minute and then crying real tears the next. Because, of course, by the time we do get the coffin back, we haven't got the body, and they filled it with turf.
Okay. All right, Bing.
Right, where is it?
As well?
My turf, of course.
What turf?
Don't play dumb with me, Sinbad. There's a trail of dirt leading right up to the front door. Now, what have you and Corkhill done with it?
Just... I'm sorry.
Jimmy and Jackie are on a really good streak now, aren't they? They're almost respectable. But you just think all the time, can't be. Something terrible is going to happen to them.
It's nice to think, I wonder what is round the corner for them as a family, as a couple, as individuals. And that's what keeps you on your toes and keeps you interested in what you're doing.
But I would like to think that they'll be together and it'll all work out. Nice to have one happy ending there.
You play your life. Jackie feeds the baby on that day. She could be dead the next day. But we don't know
Have you
that.
heard something I haven't?
Yeah. Another body in the garden.
Where do our Jimmy?
I suppose if your deepest desire is to go into Brookside and stay there for the rest of your life, I would recommend you don't move into number 10.
People come round and have a look around the houses, and they come here, they go, ooh, here it is.
Well, I suppose in any decent society it should have been demolished to prevent future generations being damaged by it. And I think there's this, there's this fashionable discipline called feng shui.
You know, this Chinese art that everybody seems to be in now, where you place your furniture to sort out the energy through your house.
Well, I think if one of those guys had ever got to number 10, he would have started taking it apart brick by brick, because it's a house with no hope at all.
I think the whole close is an unlucky place, personally, and I wouldn't advise anyone move there.
To have the house have a character of its own is a great achievement by the storyliners and the writers and the producer. Then it's like, who's going to be next into number 10?